Have you ever stumbled upon a gathering of animals and found yourself wondering, what is this group called? Join us as we embark on an enthralling journey into the world of unique animal group names. Prepare to be captivated by the truly remarkable names attributed to various assemblies of creatures in the wild. In this episode, we'll delve into the fascinating realm of collective animal names, exploring the diverse and captivating terminology that sets each group apart. It's important to remember that the size of a group can differ significantly between species. Some may consist of only a couple of members, while others can number in the hundreds or even thousands. So, without further ado, let's dive right in and uncover the captivating world of animal group names. Our first category showcases our feathered friends. Let's explore some intriguing bird group names. A group of parrots is called a pandemonium. Wild geese on the ground form a gaggle. Starlings gather in a murmuration. And a flamboyance is the term for a group of flamingos. Peacocks assemble in a muster. And when eagles come together, it's called a convocation. The gathering of crows is called a murder. Penguins huddle together in a rookery. And finally, a group of swans on water is a bevy. Moving on to insects and arachnids. For instance, ants live in colonies, while bees buzz together in hives. Wasps can be found in nests. And when butterflies gather, it's called a kaleidoscope. Moths form an eclipse. And grasshoppers group in a cloud. Did you know that a gathering of ladybugs is called a loveliness? Spiders assemble in clusters. And a group of scorpions is known as a cyclone. Lastly, when dragonflies come together, it's called a flight. How fascinating! Now let's dive into the water and discover some aquatic animal group names. Fish swim together in schools, while dolphins form pods. A collection of jellyfish is known as a smack. And a group of sharks is called a shiver. Whales come together in pods or gams. And when squid gather, it's called a shoal. Seals form a colony or harem. And a congregation of alligators is a basque. A group of turtles is called a bale. And finally, a gathering of lobsters is called a risk. On land, we have a variety of fascinating mammal group names. Elephants come together in a parade, while rhinoceroses form a crash. Zebras gather in a dazzle. And giraffes assemble in a tower. A collection of hippopotamuses is known as a bloat, while a group of kangaroos is called a troop or mob. Lions live together in prides. And a congregation of bears is called a sloth or sleuth. When monkeys gather, it's known as a troop or barrel. And finally, a group of wolves is called a pack. As the sun sets, let's explore the world of nocturnal animals. Bats form colonies or clouds. And a gathering of owls is known as a parliament. When raccoons come together, it's called a gaze. And porcupines assemble in a prickle. A group of foxes is called a skulk or leash. And finally, a group of rats is called a mischief. Let's slither into the world of reptiles and amphibians. A group of snakes is known as a den, nest, or pit. When crocodiles come together, it's known as a basque or congregation. And a group of tortoises is referred to as a creep. Frogs assemble in an army. And a collection of toads is known as a knot, while a gathering of salamanders is a maelstrom. And finally, a group of iguanas is called a mess. Let's take a closer look at some large herbivores and their group names. When bison come together, it's called a herd or gang. And a group of moose is known as a gang or herd as well. A congregation of wildebeest is called an implausibility, while a gathering of buffalo is called an obstinacy. Finally, a collection of deer is known as a herd or bevy. Now let's dive back into the ocean to discover more marine mammal group names. A group of sea otters is called a raft or bevy, while a collection of walruses is known as a pod or herd. When manatees come together, it's called an aggregation. Finally, a gathering of narwhals is called a blessing. To wrap up our exploration, let's take a look at some flightless birds and their unique group names. We already mentioned penguins, which form rookeries. And a group of ostriches is called a flock or troop. The gathering of emus is called a mob, while a group of kiwis is called a tribe. Finally, a group of guinea fowl is referred to as a confusion or rasp. We hope you enjoyed this captivating exploration of the unique and imaginative group names for animals. The reasons behind these names can vary, with some inspired by the animal's appearance, behavior, or even their connections to folklore and literature. It's truly astonishing to see the creativity and diversity of these terms, which add a layer of wonder to the natural world.